So this is, what's today, like December 29th? December 29th, 2019. So we're ending the year. This is our last sale of the year. What time do you think we'll have the anchor up if it's 9:55 and we're 5 minutes away, but we have to get gas in a little gas can?
I'd say 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah.
So half an hour from now we'll see. Such a pain in the butt to go out in our sailboat because we have, it's not at a dock, it's offshore. So we have to blow up our dinghy, paddle out there, or row out there, and then there's probably 15 minutes of getting everything set up. And then we can motor away while I set some more stuff up and get the sails all ready and unpacked. So it's a big process. We went out a couple weeks ago. There's no video of this, but we went out, couldn't sail because something got tangled and the wind was too much. And it was 5 hours to do all that, to not even sail. So there. What do you think about that?
What I think about that is welcome to this week's edition of How to Make Your Life 10 Times Harder Than It Needs to Be.
Yeah. What would life be if it didn't have some challenge to it? Like, you know what? We could sit there and just watch TV all day, and we don't do that. We make life hard.
We have adventures.
Yeah. It's like the definition of adventure is making life difficult. Today's trip, 15 nautical miles, 6 hours, and if we were just using the motor the whole way, 6 gallons of gas, but we're not. We're going to go out into the Gulf of Mexico, head north, and then come back in. You can see Caladesi Island and Clearwater Beach. We're going to take the intercoastal upwind, turn right into the channel, go out the Clearwater Pass into the Gulf of Mexico, cruise along the Gulf of Mexico about a mile out on a downwind run, and then come back in a really skinny, dangerous channel where we'll motor through, stow the sails, and go back upwind motoring to our home base. We're at anchor here and we're prepping the boat. I keep the rudder in the cabin now so it doesn't get barnacles on it. It's pretty easy to take it on and off, and it just leaves it protected and so it won't flop around in the waves while the boat sits out there. Since we have a good hour of motoring to do, I'm just going to do the bare minimum here so we can get off anchor, and then while Susie drives us down the intercoastal, I'll finish up everything else. I've noticed that during the winter months, the anchor line doesn't get as many barnacles on it, either does the boat, compared to in the summer months. I hope this windsock works better than the other one. We're headed towards that's the bridge leading from downtown Clearwater over to Clearwater Beach, and you can see the traffic on top of it is pretty slow. Today we're headed to try and go around the island. We're only going 2 knots right now on the motor. We have the sails all ready and hooked up and unpacked, and the jib sheets run.
What direction is the wind?
The wind is blowing north today. We're heading south, so we're directly into the wind right now. Cool. Beautiful. folds.
Huh?
It folds up. That's why it's called portaboat, I think. No, I could be wrong. I see folds in it though.
Yeah.
We should look that up and see. You know what that means? That they have a dinghy. That means they keep that boat out in the water like we do. So, here's the deal. That's Clearwater, the bridge to Clearwater Beach. And this bridge in front of us is Sand Key. Here's kind of what we've done so far. We've been like an hour and a half into the trip. And it's been pretty gusty, like 15 gusts, 8 to 10 mile per hour or knot winds with 15 to 18 gusts maybe. And I just turned the motor down to idle a while ago because we were really getting pushed well by the wind. We tilted to 10 degrees a couple times and I let the main sheet out so we wouldn't tilt so much. But it was a little nerve-wracking because this is, you kind of feel like, at least I do, like, and maybe I'll talk more about this when the motor's off later, but I feel a little bit like out of control. Like if we start blowing over and I can't really control things, at least the motor's on so I can get out of trouble. But inside an area like this, I'm not in a big lake, I'm not out in the ocean, it just feels like you're a little bit trapped, like you could get pushed into something, and there's a lot of other boats, so it's a little bit nerve-wracking. I used up some of my adrenaline today. There's a lot going on that you have to pay attention to. Are we in the channel? Are the telltales flying right? Is there any weight coming from other boats? So just a lot to do, and I'm a little bit wondering about our fuel situation because I tend to worry, and it's like we've only made it out here, we've used up like 3/4 of the tank. Here. Get up there, right straight up, yeah. And we have to get the motor off because we're going to be not doing well as far as gas. All we have to do is get back to there and then we can sail home. Nothing's just motor in there. Look at that, 4 sails, wow.
Where should I point?
What?
Should I aim in any other direction or stay the same?
Same. Hang on.
Yeah.
Watch where you're going over the phone, just to make sure we're going the right way. Okay?
Yep.
Get this set up. Alright, so in case we missed some of this, we're out in the Gulf of Mexico. And we left the safety of the intercoastal, that's Clearwater. Clearwater Beach. Matter of fact, where's the pier? Clearwater Pier. I don't see it. Oh, it's right there. Okay, right in front of the camera. By those red roofs. And we're wing on wing right now. Put it in a different mode. And we're getting we were getting 4 to 4.2 knots. Slowed down to about 3.3 right now. But our boat flipped over. This boat, it flipped over because it was like surfing down decent sized waves a while ago. And it was just too much for it to flip, so I had to pull it in and fix it. And we kind of have a time crunch because we're only going around a small island here, but it's 15 miles, and going 3 knots, 15 miles, that's 5 hours, and sometimes we're not doing 5, or 3 knots. So yeah, I'm feeling a little bit vulnerable out here. I had some adrenaline moments on the way out. We had some big wakes from other boats. And, we just haven't been doing this a long time, so it's not a lot of muscle memory, and you feel a little bit out of control sometimes when the wind's just pushing you along, especially back there trying to get out of the pass. What do you think, Susie?
I think we need to figure out how to go a little faster. We were going 4, now we're going...
I think the wind calmed down. The wind just died. I'm sure it'll be higher and lower depending on, But I got the sheet let out all the way. Oh hey, can you steer for a minute? Just towards that island. I wanted to show everybody this bracket I made. So I can loosen this screw right here, or this little adjustment thing, and bring this bracket up out of the water, and that's the depth finder. So that's how I keep it from getting barnacles on it. Pretty good little invention there. I bought that. That's what it's meant for. It doesn't really attach very well. It's screwed in right here. It wiggles and stuff, but it's not going to go anywhere. Cord goes in here and back down to the little gauge, so that way you don't get it full of barnacles and it's not sitting in the water all the time. We're in 14 feet of water. We've been out like several miles out that way in our speedboat. You don't see much more than about 25 feet if you go like to where you can't really even see land anymore. So oh, dolphin's right there. The dolphin's just right there. I see him under the boat. Look, there's someone right next to the boat. Luckily, I turned the camera on right before they came over, and I heard them exhale as they came by. That was really cool. I got that on. I got that.
I hope so.
Yeah. Wow. All right, so I turned the camera on to do an update, and then some dolphins just kind of like, oh, here's some more. Coming right behind us. You may have gone under the boat. They're not going to surf behind us at this speed. We're only going about 3 knots. All right, see the Sea Screamer over there? It's a boat you can take a ride on to get some excitement off of Clearwater Beach. It comes around the island. So anyways, okay, back to our update. We are in the Gulf of Mexico, 3 knots, and we're going around. Oh, there's the dolphin out there. We're going around Caladesi Island and Clearwater Beach. You can see the dolphin again there. A couple of them before. And we are hitting between 3 and 4 on a downwind run. Unfortunately, I don't have a whisker pole, so the jib is kind of like backwinded and just, you know, it's just not working, but that's okay. It's what's to be expected without a whisker pole and the angle we're at to the wind. It's like, so it's the best we can do. We're still hitting 4 knots. We hit 4.3 once, which is the fastest we've ever been. And we are going to turn east up here, so we'll have a beam reach and maybe get a little more speed up as we head through the channel. And I'm probably going to start the motor because I'm not, you know, just in case something goes wrong and I need to steer or get out of a situation or something. We have these following waves, maybe like 2-footers, and making a little bit rolly as we go, but probably better than the alternative. Those dolphins are coming this way. Just kind of hanging out there. We're in the easy phase of our sail. You can see downtown Clearwater back there. That's Clearwater Beach, all the buildings, and that's Caladesi Island. We've had, you can see a big catamaran over there on the beach. We've had 10 knots wind today with 15 to 17 gusts, which are, you know, when you're going with the wind like this, 4 knots feels really nice. When you start getting beam reach or it starts tipping the boat over, I'm still a little bit nervous and not as good as I would like to be at this. But this is how I learn. And water, this is why they call it Clearwater. You probably see 10 or 15 feet down here.
They're behind us now.
Are they? We're in 18 feet of water out here. Sea screamers coming over here. We have some dolphin hanging out with us. I don't know what I should do about this creaking in my... I think it's because of that rope, that little rope. The little rope is stuck between, and it makes it creak. A little cormorant out here, look at that. Yeah, so this is the peaceful part of our sail where we just kind of cruise and relax. If I had a whisker pole, we'd have the jib pointing off to the starboard side of the boat and be probably doing another knot on top of this. But we tried pulling it that way and it might work now. We've had some wind change a little bit, so maybe we'll try that.
I think that there's maybe a bunch of fish over there. They're flopping around everywhere. There's like 3 of them. And
So
now there's some seagulls.
Oh, okay. We had more dolphin stuff going on over there. And now we're at a beam reach, okay? So we came from over there, headed south. Now we're headed east. Oh, we were headed north, sorry. Now we're headed east in through this channel. It's a pretty small channel and it's really shallow over there. Anyone who's from the area or who has vacation around here might know. Oh, there's some dolphin right in front of us, Susie. See him right there? You might know Honeymoon Island. This is Honeymoon Island over here. And you can see a lot of people on the beach and all that. Let's see what these dolphins do. Kind of playing over here or something. And I have the motor on because This is a really skinny channel to go through, and even though we're on a beam reach and we should be able to sail right through it, I don't want to take any chances. There's a lot of people around in other boats, and decent wind, so it's not worth trying to sail through there at our level of sailing. No, we're motor sailing basically. Oh, he's like surfing the waves. You can see him under the water. Just kind of came under the boat there, surfing the wave. So this is what's today, like December 29th? December 29th, 2019. So we're ending the year. This is our last sail of the year. And it was like 78 degrees today. It was pretty nice. And it's a little cooler, maybe 77, 76 out here now. We're in 8.5 feet of water here.
Look.